Mm-hmm.
Bringing the vision into a mission. This is Global Mission of Peace with the GoldFish Report number 6. I'm Radagast at your service with Louisa, our media outreach, Sanjay, the wonder from down under, and Sherry working for your right to know, and of course the ambassador, voice of the dragon with his warm heart and keen mind. So addressing the stories we want to look at, we're now going to get started.
Okay. Today we will start with, we have some people here with us that just came from China. And we have the first group of people that came together with Dave Smith, which was called the Yes Ladies. They're also with us. And now it's, we have the third tranche of people. We wanted to have a second tranche of people was there in Hong Kong before, but unfortunately they couldn't join us at this point of time. So we're going to have a third team of the people that has been there, and also they have been doing the renovation tank. And so I wanted them to, give some stories about that. And what I think we should start with is actually Sherry start explaining about their experience with the family in China and the tanks, and then you guys can, have the arena to talk about that and testimonies. So, thank you.
Great. So, tuning in here, great to see everyone. We're back in Hong Kong, and I'm here with the Hector brothers, Wayne and Keith Heckler, and we had a wonderful time in Shenzhen, China, and got to experience the healing tank that we'll tell you a little bit about. But it's something that normally you do 7 days, twice a day. We just got to experience it for about 1 hour each, but it was really amazing. And I'm going to let Keith here explain a little bit about the water and his experience, and then we'll go to Wayne over here. So, Keith.
Okay. The Red Dragon was explaining to me about the discovery of the water, and that it took about six times to dig into the ground, breaking 6 bits, which cost a couple of million each. And on the 7th one, they actually struck the right depth to get the water out. And it was just a very wonderful story the way he told us. But to make it a shorter story, we went there in the tank, and you actually do float on the water, and it's just a serene feeling. And you're told that it is where you could put a certain intent into the water to wish what you want and to feel one with yourself. So in laying there, you could sleep if you want to, you relax. And it just was such a great feeling. And you feel relaxed when you come out, but at the same time, very energized. And we were told by the Red Dragon that it is actually 25 times more stronger than the Himalayan waters, which has been shown to have people have longevity, stronger bones, better muscle strength. So I believe that it would do that if we stayed a lot longer, to do it. But from the experience that we had, the short one we had, it felt very good. It felt very good.
Okay, great. Now we're going to hear from the other Heckler brother, Wayne.
To bring back to the mining story, the intent wasn't to reach the water. The intent was to mine it for certain minerals, for gold, and then unknowingly, then when they hit the water, for oil, correct. Then once they hit the water, they left. They left. The company left, and then a villager went swimming in the water, and he had psoriasis. So the family noticed, what's happened to your skin? You're looking better. And then he explained that he was swimming in this water. Soon after, his whole family swam in the water, and they all started looking younger and feeling stronger. And after that, the whole village actually went there. And that's how the word got out of how powerful this water is. And is it quantum energy? Is that
Yes.
Quantum energy. So they even studied it. Scientists from NASA all around the world actually studied the actual energy behind this, and it's in the shape of a pentagram.
Right.
That's what he's saying. So it's very interesting.
Yeah.
It's
I
a
just
555.
Right. Yes.
yes. He was talking a lot about the sevens, just drilling, and they got it on the seventh time. But it's so relaxing. I mean, one of my favorite things is just floating on my back, and the water is so rich in minerals and salt that you can't touch the bottom unless you really bend your leg or put your hand down. But it's so relaxing just to float there. And my experience was at the beginning of floating, I had something come to me, an intent that was very clear, and it was kind of a cool experience. It wasn't something I had expected, and then while I was floating, I was thinking of other, putting out my intents to the universe, and then it was kind of fun. I flipped over on my tummy, and I mean, when do you get to float on your tummy? The water is so buoyant, anyways, it was a really wonderful experience. Anybody else want to say anything in closing on that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I had a experience. I just want to say that when we did arrive to Hong Kong, I just want to say that the people that I met here in True Vision of Peace was so inspiring. We always saw each other on the Zoom, and it just was amazing to meet everybody. I just felt the instant connection to everybody. And I didn't think I'd see that many people here. And when we went to visit Miss Kay at Kan San, she would call the other people into the meeting with us. She was so helpful. And I just enjoyed connecting with everybody. It just felt like we knew each other. And when we were speaking to the Red Dragon, he had told us, and I feel it very strongly, that we're destined to be here together. And that's what I really believed before coming here. And that's actually why I came here. And just being here with everyone, even the people are very friendly. And I never thought I would be coming to this part of the world. I would never dream of this. Months ago, I wouldn't believe I'd be here. But getting back to the people, I just hugged everybody goodbye because I felt the love for everybody. We do share the same dream. Everyone has a different project, but all here to do something for humanity. And it was just fantastic. And it's just once in a lifetime opportunity. And I enjoyed it so much.
Yeah, it's very positive to have people come together that are all like-minded. So you could feel the energy right away. Everyone is truly, we are here for a reason, and somehow or other there was a calling that brought us all to this one place together. So I am just thankful that I'm part of it, and I truly believe that all of us together, all the moderators, everything that all of us here are doing is definitely going to be worthwhile, that we could actually turn the world around. As the RD was saying, he says it's time to change the world, and this is a big step, and I am very grateful for being part of it.
Yeah, pretty amazing. Just really has reminded us of the importance of humanity, especially just the people that we've met in the streets of Hong Kong and Shenzhen, people who have been so kind and helped us. If we're trying to cross the street or get a taxi, people will just come out of nowhere like guardian angels. It's really, really been amazing. We're certainly on a mission. And we're going to turn it over now to Louisa.
Sherry, it's so nice that you are able to share your experiences in Hong Kong. And this is for people who really have been following the GoldFish reports and have been following the ambassador and who are looking for transparency. This is the transparency. We are funding projects. These are people, just so people are aware, who are participating in this project, the Global Mission of Peace, and who have been on board for quite a long time at this point. They're in Hong Kong because they're setting up their businesses, and we're doing this, and this is happening. Sanjay is also a team member. He's also a part of this. We have really gone through a lot of obstacles, and the ambassador has experienced the most of them, including attacks and things of that nature. But we're here to support each other, to be a support system for each other. And we are very happy that we also have a few other people online with us today. who have also been to Hong Kong and would probably also like to share their experiences as well. And that's Mary Beth and Lucy. If they're with us, maybe they can also just have a few words about their experiences so far with the ambassador and in this journey that we're all on together.
Hi, this is Mary Beth. I agree that I believe this is a divine assignment. I have no idea how we actually ended up in Hong Kong. It happened so quickly, a matter of really literally a few days, and I was in Hong Kong. And I just know that there's certain people right now that are forging the way for everybody, and, you know, forming this group of, like, you know, everybody has said, like-minded people that just want to help humanity. And just to believe that we're in this position with the ambassador and the Red Dragon, that, you know, these people are really here with us that want to save this planet and bring some stability back to people, and let people live a life of freedom and love and hope and peace. And, you know, it's everything that we've dreamed about, and it's actually happening. And I want people to realize that this is real. This isn't just, you know, some crazy scheme that's out there. This is actually real, and it's happening. And my other belief is that everybody who has the intention to do good anywhere in this world is going to be brought on board through these projects, through the family, and it is just the beginning. And I want everybody to know to hold on to that hope and that belief, because it is real, and we are going to turn this planet around, and we are going to make it safe for every man, woman, and child who's here now, and it's coming in future generations. And I just want to thank the ambassador and the Red Dragon for their generosity and their insight and their belief.
And I want to thank Mary Beth for smuggling McDonald's to me in the hospital.
You are very welcome.
Well,
So, yeah. Yes, Lucy.
But help
She
you.
was also one of the smugglers.
Shh, that's a secret.
I was supposed to keep it between
We're having a little audio problem.
us.
Lucy, we're having a little audio
Well,
problem.
go back. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. The yes people and everybody have heard me always say how perfect everything is. And I just hearing the people in Hong Kong saying exactly the same thing that we said when we went is a divine plan. And it just all your atoms in your body, everything that you are, just makes it feel that way. It feels so perfect. When we went, we had an experience with one of the family members that was so amazing. I don't know, there was a point that he was taking us somewhere, and he was so into helping us that he was going to go up the escalator the wrong way. And I'm like, oh, where are you going? And at that point, I'm like, how loving is this? We don't know who's taking care of who here. And this is where we want this world to go. Let's help each other the way we always have in our heart. All the way around. Let's just help each other the way we're doing it. It's just amazing.
Thanks, Lucy, because that is what it's about. We can't continue to exist the way we're doing this. We have to have a shift and change in paradigm. And what you guys are talking about is that we are making this shift and change, because we have to do things differently. We can't keep business as usual, and we can't keep treating each other the way we've been treating each other and be indifferent. And I think that the indifference is really the biggest crime on the planet, is when you turn your head and look the other way. That's when we're not the Good Samaritan any longer, and that's when we stop caring about even the planet that we're living on. So I know this is really important to the ambassador, and I'd like to hand this over to the ambassador. You might want to comment on what they said.
Yeah, I think that the most important thing here that people have to realize is like sharing the team that was over there. We have now been having people from Australia, from United States, from Europe, from from all over the place. People was coming here, spending time with the Red Dragon, By the way, yes, he is Chinese. Maybe people can testify for that. Some people were claiming that Red Dragon is this person, that person. I'm that person, this person. And Maribeth and Lucy, they met me in person too. So I think the people now know who is who and what is what in the teams here. And I think the most important thing is their testimonies, because as I said, that now all of them has turned into the ambassadors of the Dragon family, because they were ones that actually spend time with the family, know who they are and what they are, and this is for what it is. And I mean, the thing is this way: we always look at things with with a negative mindset. This is a nature of man. And I think that what we need to change is actually our mentality, this aggression, this form of negativity. And that's why I decided to appoint myself as a week's GoldFish. And basically, to put the example to the other goldfishers that, we can shift and change. So that's why I think that I would be the week's first goldfish. And I hope that next other people will come around and do the shift and change that you need to do to change humanity. And when it comes to the news things, which I wanted to bring up today, because there's a lot of things happening, and what I really wanted to bring forward is that it's the refugee crisis that's happening in Europe. Okay, and we have few guilty people in that thing, and that is basically the Americans and the British and the Israelis, and basically now thousands of people are being displaced. And in case of Afghanistan, yes, then European countries are also part of that aggression. And now you have thousands of people that is displaced all over the world. And we have this disaster with these people that was basically suffocating to death, over 70 people of them, in a truck outside Vienna. And this is just a small example of all the people that has died in the Mediterranean, and people that is being tear gassed and beaten up with the police, and basically being put in concentration camps. And in reality is that now my question is, who will step out for responsibility for what you guys has created? Okay, and basically I think the military complex should go out and have to pay for the refuge cities that needs to be developed for all these refugees. And you have all these people claiming, we had to kill ISIS, we had to kill ISIS. And the thing is this way, is that, the problem is this way: you guys have displaced Christians. You want to be the Christian crusaders that comes and take care of all these bad Muslims. But the people that is dying in these things and getting killed is people from Syria and people from Afghanistan. This is Christians, many of them, that is displaced, thanks for your war bringing into the Middle East. And so I think that it's important for us to realize that we all have a common responsibility for our leaders. And I think it's time that all leaders has to step up to the plate, including George Bush and his family and Obama. And maybe they should share some of their wrongfully earned money to actually help these refugees. And I think that, the refugee crisis that comes into Europe, it is a huge problem, a huge burden for Europe. At the same time, it is also a terrible life for these people. And I know some other stories that is close to me here, where basically some of these refugee girls that came has been raped and beaten up and holding families and trying to live undercover and hiding for being extradited and things like that. You cannot imagine the life that these people go through. Thanks for your ignorant warmongering that you guys are doing and waging war on the innocent civilian population of the planet. And I think the media need to be held responsible for the crimes against humanity, which they have created by sponsoring these ignorant ideas about division between people. So I think it's very important that we take that step today, okay, in trying to pray for all the refugees on the planet. And unifying the mission is trying to help these people out. And people, say, we don't want to have immigrants, we don't want to have this. Don't create the scenarios where people have to run and hide from their places, thanks to you guys. Okay, now people go say, I didn't do anything about it. No, you maybe didn't do anything about it. Maybe that's the problem. So the thing is this way, is that it's important for us to look ourselves in the mirror. And that's why I'm also stepping up to call myself the first goldfish of the week. And maybe the other ones, the aggressors and the retarded people, can look themselves in the mirror also and say to themselves that, maybe I went too far in my aggressions. Maybe I went too far in my attacks against people. Maybe I went too far. And because of that, I maybe need to look at myself in the mirror and do some shifts and changes and follow with a good example. And like I said, you guys now here, all here, is become ambassador of the Dragon family, in the sense that you can retell the story to others and share your ideas and share your heartfelt experience. And many people can say, this guy is faked or false, the shenanigans and all different aggressions. But I think that people experience the people one-on-one, like you guys have done, probably can tell a lot of the heart of the people that you guys are meeting. And I, for example, like Sherry and the team there, you guys spent a whole day with a red dragon. Maybe you want to share a little bit about that.
Sure. It was really amazing to meet him, and just certain energy, aura energy. He's certainly a world leader in a spiritual way, no doubt. He was so compassionate with all of us, and spent the whole day. We talked about a lot of things. We learned an awful lot. We were so grateful that he took the time, because I know he had lots of other very important worldly matters to tend to. And we were able to all spend some quality time with him alone and together as a group, and to have a lovely dinner with him, and really learn so much. But I think the main thing is we're so grateful because we have come together all desiring to save the planet, save humanity, make the world the place it's supposed to be, the paradise that it should be and was intended to be, and really help humanity. I mean, yes, Mother Earth, absolutely, we're connected, but I think it's really our intention and our like hearts and minds that have brought us together, and that is our caring for humanity.
And I also,
I think this is, I just want to say something. I think that what is the most important thing that you learn from this journey is that it's not about the money, it's not about the gold, it's not about the silver, it's not about the diamonds. It's about the souls of the people. And to save humanity and saving souls, I think that's the most cherished and most precious thing. And we need to remove this leprechaun spirit that we have inside of ourselves that is running after the treasures all the time. Because these treasures are just instruments. They're nothing more than an instrument. There's no power with it. There's no energy with it. It's only one single thing. It's an instrument for bringing one place to another. And so, what do you want to share? I'm sorry I broke you up.
That's okay. I think Sanjay. Did Sanjay have something?
No, let Keith share what he's doing.
Okay, sure.
Thank you. I was just saying that he's a very humble man, and I know he's in a very powerful position, but I felt very comfortable with him, and we shared our faith together, shared some stories about our families. So it was a very, very wonderful conversation, and to be with him was actually, how can I say this? Very enlightening experience. And the way we spoke was speaking to a friend. There was I have a lot of respect, for his position, but at the same time, I felt that warmth and compassion. He's very down to earth. And I just felt very comfortable with him, because at first you're not sure how he might be. You might feel think you're a little uncomfortable or intimidated, but he didn't give that impression at all. I felt like he was, well, we're all one family here, and that's the way I felt. So I just wanted to express that, and I enjoyed the time, and I thanked him very much for his time.
And Wayne Heckler.
He said a lot that I would share as well as what Keith said. You just feel the love in his heart. He's authentic. We did speak about when people say the root of all evil, it's not money, it's the love of money. people get so involved with money. They love money. They don't see anything else. And we said it's about time that money isn't the root of all evil. It's just the love. It's time to do something good. If we have money, but we don't have what's in our heart, it's worthless. You can't take money with you in the next life. So the money we have now, use it for the good for a change. It's time that we do turn the world upside down. The people who are running the world now, they have all the money in the world, but they're soulless. They're empty. And it's time that we bring the true people with a real heart to make a difference in this world.
All right. Now we're going to turn it over to Sanj from Down Under.
Thanks, Sherry. Our the right to know who's become our international correspondent. From US to China to Hong Kong. You're the lucky traveler, gets to travel everywhere, making it truly global. All right, with this global mission of peace. Just staying in with what our brothers and sisters have said, and what the ambassador's actual whole motivation behind all this stuff is, that the global mission of peace is turning the vision into the mission, with a greater understanding of building a better universe together. And with this Syria crisis that he talked about, it's a lot of people have been displaced, and it's not the best. We're talking about it's against Islam and Islamic State and all this, but people need to look at the facts, right? 4 million refugees have fled to the neighboring countries, and Aleppo, which we keep hearing in the news that's being attacked, it is one of the cities which is believed to have the largest number of Christians in Syria, right? People don't know the facts, people just jump on the thing, and this is the ignorance part that the ambassador keeps talking about as a voice of the dragon, that we need to actually get our facts right, instead of just going, oh no, the Islamic State, and attacking on this stuff. And like you guys are talking about, it's got to come from the heart. It's not just what we get told in the media, the propaganda. Christians would be so upset if they actually knew truth, that we're not bombing the Muslims, we're bombing and displacing the Christians. There's a whole thing about, like, oh yeah, we're attacking Islam in the US mainly thinks about that in Iraq and in Syria, but the people that are getting displaced are the Christians. So are we on a Christian crusade? This is questions that everyone needs to stop and ask themselves, and look into yourself, as the ambassador keeps saying, look into the mirror, right? You're a Christian soldier, you're a Christian nation supporting this military displacing all these people, right? And it's 9 million people. It's not like, 1 or 2, and there's 6 million just displaced within like the neighborhood and locally, and there's only about, I think it's only about 150,000 from the UN stats that's actually gone to Europe. But there's like so much more that's in the neighboring countries. And I mean, if we, like you guys are in Hong Kong at the moment, away from your home, you know how hard the feeling is not having what you want and all the other stuff living out of a suitcase. Well, these guys don't even have a suitcase, some of them, right? We really need to, this thing that the mission, the ambassadors getting us to awaken, the self in ourselves, self-refinement will be the better service of humanity. This is what you guys have had the pleasure of meeting the Red Dragon, and he's echoing the same thing. It's all about how, and we need to seriously work on the ignorance of the people. And like the ambassadors called on US and the UK and all the governments that are involved in this to actually do something, I'd like to go one step extra on that, is the people in the media, wake up, right? Don't just take your paychecks and go home. Find the true facts. Look at what's happening on the ground. Don't just report whatever you get told. God gave you a brain, use it.
Well, I'd like to say, Sanjay, that you're absolutely right about that. And today in the news, there was a report by a CNN anchor, and I'm just going to kind of read it for you. Her name is Amber Lyon, and she's a 3-time Emmy Award-winning journalist, and she is saying that CNN is routinely paid by U.S. government and foreign governments to selectively report on certain events, and that the Obama administration pays CNN for editorial control over some of their content. So she's admitting that the government pays them to fake the news, basically, to you know,
It's called propaganda.
yeah, it's
You know?
propaganda, exactly.
And this is the problem, is that, you know, it's like many people doesn't realize, you know, when people attacked Afghanistan many years ago because of 9/11, okay, it was to supposedly take out Osama bin Laden, not to change the government, not to take out the country and to do what it did. It was never the supposed war aim. And basically, when they went in and aggressed on Iraq, it was, you know, basically to take away the, you know, biological weapons. And basically, what they did was basically constructing this problem that they have today, and that was also not the war aim. The war aim is never discussed in the truth. It's just a lie and deceptions. And like I said, you know, people have to stop thinking that if a person is a Muslim or if a person is a brown person, he's somehow not worthy as much as us. Okay, now you guys created millions, okay, of 9/11s around the world, millions of 9/11s, and I think it's time to take responsibility for that. And you know, the military complex needs to pay for what they have done. The media needs to pay for what they've done, and maybe what they could do to give a good example is actually helping the refugee crisis that's happening right now and supporting that. My aim is, you know, I'm going to do everything I can from my side to help these people, and I hope that people will join that war aim that I have on deleting ignorance and financial tyranny. And these people that is a part of the refugee crisis, they're definitely a part of tyranny and enslavement and living on a terrible situation. And we need to save and help these people. And, you know, people need to step up for the responsibilities. And, you know, it's like some ignorant people say, you know, oh, we have to nuke all the Muslim nations. Yes, why don't we blow the whole planet up? Let's look ourselves in the mirror and wake up, you know. You know, we're not going to make any solutions with military might. We have to win people's heart, okay, not blow their hearts up, okay. And by aggressing on people, we create even more anger, more aggression, more problem and stuff like that. And I think that that's what we need to put a stop for. And truly, you know, we will unify because we're all meeting, all nations, all people, all religions, brought together under this global mission of peace to do an impact, changing humanity, changing our own lives, our families' lives, and putting a living example of what we can do to make a place a better place. And now, in the last thing here before we end this talk, I would like to address the next GoldFish report. We're going to have a very special guest coming on the next GoldFish report. And we're also going to have other guests that's going to come in the GoldFish report to give their life testimonies, their life experiences, and so on. And people are going to say, oh, you know, is the ambassador promoting this? Is the ambassador promoting that? No, I want everyone to have an open mind, listen to what the people have to say, and see what, you know, what does this message that he's bringing to you, how could it change your life? Definitely, you know, I had a long discussion yesterday with a person that we're going to talk with on the next GoldFish report, and he come across to me to be a very sincere person. But even just if we give ourselves a little percentage of thinking that whatever he says might be true, it basically changed the whole paradigm in the GoldFish bowl and makes us realize that actually we're living in Disneyland. And basically, even if that would be some percentage of truth in it, it's something that we really need to wake up and pay attention to. And I want to bring in people. I'm going to bring in scientists. I'm going to bring in people that has been experienced things, that have been a part of things. Like now, they're, you know, the teams here tried the renovation tanks with this special water, with this special tank, and they have seen the evidence for how it helped people, even helped the Red Dragon to be renuviated. And basically, it's like I said in the beginning, I said to people, doesn't listen to what I have to say, look what we are doing. And now basically people has not only looked what we're doing, people have been there, experienced. These people that you're looking at here is the people that many of the people say, oh, you know, all these people are part of, they're being traumatized, they're being this, they're being that. No, I think they had a journey in their life that is priceless. I think you guys could probably say something about that,
about your life experience that you guys have went through, because many of you guys started out by listening to any of my outreach programs, either if it was for Ron Van Dyke or with Dave Smith, and some people even met me first time at the Dave Smith things in his seminars. And now you guys are in another place of the world. This is faith, this is spirit, this is where people brought together and bring together, and you're not sitting as a silent contender on the internet and just criticizing and being negative all the time. And I think that by showing my example of nominating myself as the first goldfish in the GoldFish report, could you maybe look yourself in the mirror and try to do something better with yourselves? Sherry and the team, maybe you would like to say some last words before, and also Mary Beth, before we're ending today's GoldFish report.
Sure thing. You had something that you wanted to say, Heckler Brothers? One last thing. Oh, yes, you did, Wayne.
I just want to go back to what you said before. The problem with propaganda is it makes people generalize everyone. If by religion, by nationality, Muslim, Christian, it doesn't matter what country you're from, what religion you're from. Everyone's a true individual, and it comes down to if you're a good person or not. End of story. That's what it's really about. Not where you're from, not what your beliefs are. It's where your heart is.
Yeah, and I think there's ways that we can really simplify things. It's some of the things we were mentioning this evening. You just ask yourself, how do I feel if I'm sitting there looking at some jewelry, a piece of gold, a couple of bills of dollars or renminbi or whatever it is? You know, somebody might at first be, wow, you know, how do you feel? But how do you feel when you're connecting with another human being? You know, like we've been here in China, in Shenzhen. We might not even speak their language, but there are very few little things that you need to do. Maybe learn a word, how to say thank you in their language. Maybe how to look at them in the eye and bow, you know, respect. And this is why we've had people helping us. I mean, to me, this has been the richest experience, just connecting with other human beings. And I'm, you know, feeling like we are ambassadors. We want to represent our country, our you know, global mission of peace. We want to be representatives. We want to start connecting and you know, really believing in humanity and reminding ourselves that those are the jewels on the planet.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Sherry. Is Mary Beth wants to say something, or Lucius wants to say something?
I'm not sure if they're still with us. Oh, they're there?
Yeah.
Okay. Just one more thing I wanted to say. If anyone is watching this and they feel they want to, they see things that they want to change, and they might not have an idea that they want to express. In other words, if you have a project in mind, but you're not sure how to make it work, dig deep inside yourself and try to find a way to make it work, because it's worth it. If you're tired of looking around and seeing, I'd love for this to change, then do something about it. We're all here to do something, and it's not easy, I understand, but you dig deep inside yourself and you will find the answer. You will find the answer.
Hi, I just want to say that I believe that we keep going back to intention. And I think that if we all just intend for our lives to be full and rich and to help other people succeed in their lives, wonderful things show up for us. And a lot of it is just being accepting of other people. It doesn't matter, you know, what the person is, what their belief is, whatever. Just get to know them and find out what their gifts are and have an exchange with that person. And that is what will bring, you know, souls together and really just help our planet to heal. And I just know that this group is the tip of the iceberg, and I am so, so grateful for everybody. And everybody listening, just do your little bit. Just, you know, check your heart. Make sure you're in the right heart space, and things will show up for you like they have for all of us.
Thank you very much, everyone. And I want to thank for today's GoldFish report. And we will be back on Monday with this amazing guest. And he's just one of the coming ones. And I hope that he also could be a part of a global mission. Please generating some more knowledge to the people at the symposiums too. And, and I'm very happy to have this time with you guys this time. And we will be back on Monday. Okay. Okay. And please take care, everyone.
Hello.
And God bless you all.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Khuda Hafiz.